Hello and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. Today I'm working with the Brighter Days kit from MercyTiara Kits. Now I might be a little bit biased here, but these kits are really fun to work with. I'm having a really great time working with these kits. So I am starting off with my journaling all pre-printed. I actually did this journaling a while ago, and it just documents the recent evacuation that we had to do because of a fire. And because I am making this page almost like a documentary type of a page, I'm going to actually use the black and white photo of the front of my house. Our house is really super overgrown. The lawn is really long, and the shrubs and stuff need to be pruned. We're not really great at gardening, but usually at least the lawn is mowed. But we were displaced from our house for 6 days, and then we had a celebration of life to go to. So we've been sort of on the go for a lot more than what is normal for this time of year. So anyhow, I did take a picture of the yard, even though it doesn't look all that great. The meaning behind this layout is kind of like that. It doesn't really matter what your house looks like anyways. So I just jotted down what I wanted the title to be, which is Home is So Much More Than a House, because for once I am starting with the title. I often figure out my title towards the end, but today I'm starting with the title. I knew that there was a home sticker that was the lovely word home in that beautiful font from the Simple Stories Flea Market collection. So that is from the chipboard sticker set that comes in the kit. And I am going to combine that beautiful home with, which I de-stuck with my EK Success powder tool, and I'm going to combine it with these beautiful Eclair foam letter thickers, which are an older set that I brought back for this kit because I really wanted a black foam letter sticker for this kit, and there weren't any in any of the more recent collections from American Crafts, and I really wanted foam thickers, so this is what I went with. These are from way back in 2015, and so I'm very pleased to be able to bring these back because they're one of my all-time favorites, actually. So I'm writing out home is so much more than a house. And at first I thought I'd put home and more than a house all in the larger stickers and then maybe come up with a third font for is so much. But then I decided that I really love the look of these thickers so much that I'd love to get to get more of them on the page. And I think that the title has a lot more impact when it's all written up and taking up all of this space on the page because really the title is the biggest part of the message here that we're going with. So now I am looking for a background paper, and at this point I don't know exactly how big this layout is going to be. I'm thinking I might need it to be a double page, or I might need it to be a page and a half. I guess it's possible to fit it all on one page, but I would rather have the elements of this page more spread out. And so I'm thinking we're either going to go with a double page or a 1.5 at this point. And wow, you know what I love about this Pink Fresh Studio paper that's the ombre from yellow to pink? I love it because it kind of reminds me of how the sky looked with the fire. But it's not quite as scary as that. So yes, so I'm thinking that is probably the background that I'm going to go with. The sky was the sky wasn't necessarily those colors, but the sun was an orange color the whole week, and there was a lot of haze, and this is like a prettier version of haziness, and so I thought that this would be good. So if you're wondering about my journaling there, it looks like it's on a yellow card. It's actually on a clear sticker sheet. So I have these really, really old Avery L. No, not Avery L. They're Avery labels, full sheet labels. And they're actually not cream colored. They're just clear, but they're so old that the backing on them has kind of yellowed a little bit. And so I have printed out my journaling onto a 4x6 piece of that basically sticker paper. It's clear sticker paper, and it's a nice matted clear sticker paper, so I really like that. I'm just having a look here at some of the embellishments because what I think I'm going to do here is place a bunch of embellishments all over the page without layering them. So it's been a very long time since I've done one of these layouts, but this is an approach to scrapbooking that I used to do every once in a while as a way to just kind of shake it up a little bit and have something that looks a little bit different in my album. There's going to be very little layering here, except I will be placing things inside of each of these frames that you see me placing around on my page here. And so as you can see, I'm going with the 1.5 page layout here, and that gives me enough room to have my title and the photo kind of over on what I think is going to be the right hand side, and then have my journaling and some embellishments over on the left hand side. And then I thought, well, let's balance it off and put some more embellishments over here on the right hand side. Only here, see how I have them all hanging off of the edge? And if I did that, then I'd want to also do it on the other side. I don't like to have things hanging off of one edge, but not have them hanging off the other edge. And I really like the way things are over on this side over here on the left. So rather than moving things around on the left, I've decided to move things around on the right so that everything is contained within the page. It looks like one of those frames is overhanging, but I'm not going to leave that like that. So I noticed that the chipboard sticker set has a lot of home themed items, lots of furniture. And so I'm going to be using a whole lot of those chipboard stickers on this page. I'm going to be placing the furniture pieces on the frames that are on the page already. So I had a look at the die cuts and pulled out a couple of those, a couple tickets and that sort of thing. And now I'm just going to place these chipboard stickers all over my page. I layered that plate with the black label die cut, and that little shelf goes really nicely on that one. These bowls layer quite nicely on this little label. They overhang a little bit, but I like that. It gives a nice variety. This lamp works perfectly right there, and it also covers up the word notes on that frame. And I'm just going to switch the chair over to that ticket instead. And then there was another frame that was just like a framed photo, so I'll use that instead. Going to put the vintage camera inside of that frame. So these are all chipboard pieces that are layered on top of the cardstock stickers for the most part. And then a couple of the chipboard stickers are kind of standing alone. So I really did like how that layout turned out. So I'm going to just grab a photo of it on my iPhone so that I can remember where everything was. Right now I'm going to trim down my journaling so that there's not massive amounts of the sticker. Although the sticker really does blend in quite nicely with the background and you can barely see it. You'll notice on some of the close-ups that you can barely see the edge of where the sticker meets the non-sticker part. So I like the way that turned out. Then I have this little cluster down here. I just basically want this cluster of embellishments here, and I just want to fold up these tickets to make them look a little bit more realistic. And I want this little cluster of embellishments to just kind of enclose the journaling. I grabbed a little bit of black and white twine for this tag. I do like to put string or twine of some sort in my tags just to make them look a little bit more realistic. So that one says Vintage Finds. It's not really relevant to the story I'm telling, but it's just homey looking. And I'm going to put that plate sticker there. When I pulled the plate sticker off of the sticker set, it peeled off one layer, so I had to use some glue there for that one. And now I'll glue that one down. And now this page is ready. I'm going to first trim off the manufacturer's strip. And this paper is Spring Vibes from Pink Fresh Studio. There was some spring vibes in the Feeling Groovy kit from last month too. So now I have my half page all completed, and now it's time to start putting out the the second page. And so I just had to refer to that photo because I really did like how everything was kind of balanced out in that. So I want to basically just replicate that 100% the way that it was before. I found it easier to center those bowls on the label by putting the whole thing upside down, and then I could center the little points on that label with the bowls. So now everything is laid out where I want it to be, and now I'm just using this is my Tombow mono tape runner, and I'm just using that to place all of these embellishments on the right hand side. So now I have embellishments running up the right hand side, embellishments running up and down the left hand side, and now in the center is going to be my title and my photo. So I'm going to start by placing my photo, and I want everything to be centered on the photo here, so that home is going to be the top cap and the photo is going to be the bottom cap, and then the rest of the title will float around inside those boundaries. And one reason that I love working with these foam letter stickers, not only do they have a lot of dramatic impact on your pages, but they're really, really forgiving. You can scooch them around and they're still just as sticky as they were before. They don't leave a mess on your page when you move them around. And also with foam letter stickers, you can stretch them out a little bit to make some of the letters a little wonky. Now, you don't really have to do that with these because this particular set has some little curly cues on the ends of the descenders and ascenders. So you don't really have to stretch these out very much to get a fun look, but you can if you wanted to. And that's part of what I love about foam letter stickers, is you can kind of bend them around a little bit and get a unique look. So home is so much more than a house. And now to make this title look more pulled together, I needed to add some black elements to the word home. And so the best and easiest way to do that for me is to do some black outlining. It adds just a little bit of black around the outside edges of the letters and gives them a little bit more impact and a little bit more presence on the page, but it also ties in very nicely with the black in the foam letter stickers. So I really like how this looks. It does take a little bit of extra time, and because these are a glossy surface sticker, you want to make sure that when you're outlining on them that you're using a slick surface writer. Now I'm using my Tombow Mono Twin marker, which is a dual tip oil-based marker, and it's permanent, it dries instantly, and it's really lovely. I love having two different points. They're both fairly thin, but like one isn't super chunky or anything, but I'm using the thinner point here for this outlining. And there we go. And of course, that's not sticky anymore because I used my powder tool. So now I'm just going to take my Tombow Mono multi-adhesive and add some adhesive to the back of it and just place it down so that the is nestled in between the descenders of H and M. And then I just trimmed down my letter stickers so that it looks like the loop-de-loop from the H is connected to the cross in the T. And now I fished out of the die cut set we have some Simple Stories die cuts, which is where I got the frames and the tags that are on my background. In that set of die cuts were these super cute little photo corners. And again, I like what that adds to this photo. It makes it look like the photo is mounted on the background, which kind of fits with the idea of this being almost like a museum kind of a layout, or with the gallery layout of all of those embellishments. It has, like I said, a bit of a documentary feel with the black and white photo and so on. And so I think that look really works well with this page. I don't use photo corners all that often, but I really like it here. I grabbed a couple of little pairs of hearts from the foam stickers that came in the kit. Those were from the add-on kit. I have both the add-on and I have the main kit, the embellishment add-on, and the paper, the extra pattern paper, which is why I have 2 pieces of this background paper to allow me to do some double pages or page and a halves. So I do have some photos coming up, but before I share those, just a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters. These folks help make this channel happen, so a great big thanks to all of them. Patrons get early ad-free access to all of my process videos, or most of my process videos anyhow, and real-time unedited versions of my videos as well. And we also have a monthly live stream and some behind the scenes videos and a few other things. So thanks to you as well for watching. And let me know if you have any questions or comments. Look at those lovely letter stickers. Oh, I'm obsessed with them. I want to letter my whole entire life with those letter stickers. I adore them. And I just have a couple more close-ups here of how these embellishments look laid out on the page. I tried to use a variety of flat embellishments and embellishments that had a little bit more dimension, like the foam ones and the chipboard ones. And when I was using just flat embellishments, I tried to peel them up a little bit so that they had a bit more interest. So that's it for this one. Take care and have a really great scrappy week. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.